welcome to Winnipeg. Okay. I don't think that these are fruit flies. I think they might be drain flies. And I've only got 3 in here. I caught another one this morning. And the first 2 that I got yesterday, they seemed to die in about just a few hours. I don't think the life cycle is very long with these things. But I was just looking at them here a minute ago, and I can't see through this blue plastic too good. Or too well. Sorry about my bad English. However, what I'm planning to do is, and no promises now, but this might work, we'll put on the super macro. Now, the super macro, it will move in 5 times closer than the ordinary macro lens. But don't buy one. If you're thinking that, oh boy, now I'm going to be able to, get in really close. No, it's a very, very finicky thing. Very finicky. And unless you're used to using lenses and microscopes and all that kind of stuff, and know what to expect, you're going to be disappointed. So don't buy one. However, if I can get it to focus on something, whatever it's focused on will be very sharp. Like maybe the eyes of the fruit fly. We'll be able to tell if the eye is red or not. But unfortunately, everything closer to you and further away from you will not be sharp. It's the depth of field, in other words, is terrible with this lens. Okay, let's. What are we going to do today? Well, we are going to paint. Yeah. Hey, that's all I can do. I can't do nothing until this is painted and everything's ready to go here. Yeah, we will paint today, all being well. The weather looks like it's going to be nice, so I'll probably be able to get out for a quick scoot. We had our sunrise. It was sort of, maybe I'll do something with it at the end of today's episode. I'm not going to do anything with it now. Okay, let's just for the fun of it, see what we can do here. The fruit fly that's alive, if I could just get it to stand still, maybe I'm wondering if something like that I could get him to stick onto so that his feet will stay planted and he won't fly away on me. It'd be nice to have you might say, a fresh one. Because I'm thinking that it's possible that when the fly dies, that it loses the color of its eyes. Maybe they're only red while it's alive. I don't know. I'm not an entomologist. Yeah, if our friend Gabe was here, he'd know. Okay, now. Yeah, let's just let me continue on here, and we'll get this fly episode, or whatever you want to call it, over with, so we can get into some real modeling here. I'm getting a lot of complaints from people saying, that they want it to be just strictly the model. Well, I'm sorry, that's not me. Yeah, it's as I often say lately, it is what it is, and I realize it's changing. The format, you might say, is slightly different now than it was 6 years ago when I started the Bismarck, or almost 6 years ago. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. And we'll stick this on. Yeah. Okay, we're not here to look at a spider that I caught who knows how many weeks ago. Now the one on the right is still a little bit alive. They seem to, as I've said, have a very short life cycle. These do appear to my untrained eye as all being, you might say, the same species. I'm not seeing any red eyes. I think I've got drain flies. Yeah, got to deal with that. Okay, enough about insects. Hello, Missy. It's good to see you. Yes, it's good to see you.
Everything is still soaking wet.
Yeah, it's pretty cold too.
It is cold. I was surprised. I was thinking I got out there, I should have put on a heavier coat. Did you have bacon already?
Pardon me?
Did she have her bacon already?
Yeah, she had her bacon. And
Isn't she?
she wants to get back in the house.
It's cold out here.
Yeah, it is.
They're talking about 30 degrees a couple of days next week.
30 degrees.
That's unusual, eh?
Well, I'll take that.
For the second week in September.
Uh-huh.
It'll be nice.
Yeah. We'll see you later.
See you later, Ron.
Okay. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Now, are we ever going to get back to this spraying? Any excuse. A fly flies through and I have to look at it. Dog comes to the door. I have to go give it a treat. Yeah. All right, this time for sure. Okay, we've got our X7 thinned out. I don't think it would be 50-50, but it's probably 60-40. 40 being the thinner. Now, everything is mounted on blocks or in clips. This one here I'm a little bit concerned about because I'm afraid that possibly the airbrush is going to blow them over. These are these little valve stems that we're going to be trying to place our red taps on. Where are those taps? Oh, right here. Yeah. Okay. Noticing. Whoops. This one here is a little bit crooked. Got to be careful not to press too hard or I'll break them. One of these, if you remember, was the one that we repaired. This one right here in the center, that's that piece that broke off of this one right here, which, according to the instructions, it comes out and just goes to nowhere. So if we don't have it on there, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Yeah, the rest of these things I think are ready to go here. I think what I'll do is I'm going to set it up in the spray booth here so that we have a white background. And I was thinking that maybe it might be a good idea to have when I try to paint something like this one here, have it close to the background, so that when the background is covered, I'll know that the part is covered. That might be a good idea for all of them. Although the ones that are on rotating blocks, what I can do is when the rotating block is completely covered, I'll know that the parts have got to be, you know. Yeah, this one here is going to be painted green. But we'll do our red first, and we should have time to do that yet today. What time we got anyway? Okay, it's 7 minutes after 11. It actually took me quite a while to get all of these mounted here. So, okay, we're all thinned out and shook up, and I think maybe I'll filter this just to play it safe here. Okay, I think that this is probably the first time that I am spraying a non-flat paint. Yeah, this is supposed to come out sort of gloss, I believe. Now, I think I've got everything pre-focused and ready to go. At least that's the plan. All right. No, I don't think we're going to need very much. I'm not going to fill the reservoir right up. Okay, so now this is garbage. You know, Nigel Frampton made an interesting comment about these things here, and he says they're not necessarily good for the environment. And that's true. I agree with that. However, well, being as we're in the center of Canada, I don't think we need to worry about them being dumped into the ocean, like some countries apparently have done with their garbage. I don't know if intentionally or not, but it's pretty sad commentary on our human nature. Okay. Now, got the lid back on that. I'll put this on so it doesn't evaporate any more than it has to. If I'm careful and not slosh it around, I won't have to clean the lid, all being well. Now, I do believe we're ready to go here. I've got the compressor set at about 12 pounds. What do we need to do here? Oh, we got to take the needle cap off. Okay, let's get ourselves moved over and zoomed in before I forget. Okay, now this all should still be in focus here. Take the needle cap off very carefully, and remember to put it back on so that when you're back flushing, don't ask me how I know. Okay, let's get our fan going. I'm just going to shut everything down here and clean my airbrush. And what do we got here? It's about 1:45 noon. Maybe we're going to have time to do another color. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm going to be really anxious to see how this comes out. I wonder if I should maybe give it a second coat here. Get it a little bit thicker. Well, I'll think about it. I'll let you know what I did. Now, Ada Coke and Chris was mentioning how he thought these fuel lines might look good painted a silver color, like for aluminum, or like I think that's a good idea. But I just checked the painting and marking guide, and they're either black or something else. I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and do the 77. That's a real good idea, though, Chris. Might have looked better, but I'm going to give this a try here. I've got the 77 in the airbrush, so let's get our fan going. Once again, I was noticing that it was spitting on the white paper in behind, and I have forgotten to take off the needle cap. Okay, it's almost 1 o'clock, but I think we have just enough time here to put on the Mr. Color 336. That's the light green, which is very much like the plastic that we're looking at right now. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm wondering if I should have maybe thinned that a little bit more. Or maybe it doesn't like the Tamiya thinner. starting to get a cramp in my hand. Yeah, this is the side that we're going to be seeing it from. I'm wondering, is there anything coming out here? Oh yeah. Maybe I should have had the pressure a little bit higher. Yet on the other hand, it seems to be going on okay. It's not running. Okay, I think I'm gonna quit and let this dry and see how it looks. I think it's gonna be alright, especially when it gets the detail on it. Alright. Okay, I was gonna start by saying the only bright side is that tomorrow is pizza day. But that's not true. It turned out okay in the end. However, this paint started to congeal on the inside of my airbrush. And I think I used the wrong thinner. I used this ordinary Tamiya acrylic thinner, thinking that this was an acrylic paint, but maybe it's not. Maybe this is a type of an enamel. And I should have used the enamel thinner. Best yet, I probably should have opened my windows, which I've done now, and used the Mr. Color leveling thinner. That probably would have worked the best. I haven't used this stuff since the Bismarck. I know it works really, really well, but you gotta have your windows open. Okay, now fortunately I had a brand new container of Tamiya airbrush cleaner, and that cleaned out my airbrush. It dissolved all the stuff that was turning into jelly. And my airbrush is cleaned up, and I'm pretty sure everything's fine. This surprisingly, considering that the airbrush was having a problem getting the airbrush to go, I did increase the pressure. It turned out okay. It looks good from what I can see, but I'm not going to use this anymore. I've obviously thinned it out with the wrong stuff. I got a feeling that probably over time I'm going to end up with a ball of rubber in there. That's yeah. Okay, I have done almost no editing, so I don't know how long this episode is. I got a lot of work to do yet. I was thinking of checking out the sunrise, and and here we are. It's almost 2 o'clock, and I haven't got out on the road yet. Mind you, it's nice out, and they're not predicting rain, so I've got the rest of the afternoon. Yeah, I'm going to call her quits here. We'll look at this stuff closely tomorrow. Right now, I was going to say it might not be completely dry, but I think it's 99% dry. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. All being well, we'll see you tomorrow.